Good evening, and I would like to welcome each and every one of you to our daily credit report, Facebook Live. If you're watching us on Facebook, we're going to be headquartering this in the Free Credit Repair Advice group on Facebook. And if you're watching us on YouTube on Credit TV, that's CREDI TV, either way, why don't you go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe if you're on Credit TV, and what we'll do is we'll be able to remind you every time we come on with more credit information, with more credit education and things like that for you. So I want to welcome everybody, and if you're watching this on rerun, if you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, welcome as well. We're going to be covering some interesting stuff tonight. We are going to be covering credit inquiries. We get asked a lot as credit professionals. We get asked a lot about inquiries. How do I get rid of them? What are they doing to my credit? You know, how come the car dealership, when I told them not to, sent it to 15 places? I got all these inquiries. It's going to destroy my credit. So what I'm going to do tonight, by the end of this, you're all going to be very familiar with what credit inquiries are. We're going to talk about what they do. We're going to talk about the different types of credit inquiries. Then we're going to talk about shopping windows, the credit impact of credit inquiries, and then strategies to deal with them. Okay, so we're going to be covering a lot of stuff. Also, I'm going to answer your credit questions that you have. And if you have not yet done so, go ahead and go to restream.io/FB. Yes, I know that's a real strange thing, so I'm going to put that on here to join in the conversation. All right, to join in the conversation, what I want you to do is I want you to go to the site I'm about to show you. There we go. It's right here. Wait, there we go, right here. You go chat.restream.io/Facebook. You can get your questions to appear right here on my live broadcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can do the same thing. Just go to that chat.restream.io/Facebook. And I'm also going to be answering, in addition to our inquiries topic tonight, I'm going to be answering all of your credit questions that you have, and they don't necessarily have to be about inquiries. It could be about credit cards. It could be about collections. It could be about lates on your credit report, or what you're trying to do to raise your score. So what I want you to do is go ahead to join in the conversation. Go to chat.restream.io/F as in Frank, B as in boy, or F as in face, B as in book. You authorize that, and you can hop in to our live chat, and I can actually show your questions right there on the screen. All right, so for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jeremy Dysock. I am a FICO certified, licensed, and bonded credit repair professional with Credilife Financial Wellness Company. I'm also the founder of the Free Credit Repair Advice group on Facebook. That's our little free advice group where we give free credit information to the 75,000 strong members that we've got in there right now. All right, so that's who I am. That's kind of why I'm a good person to listen to on these things, on this topic tonight. And so we're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to talk about credit inquiries. So what's a credit inquiry? Who knows what a credit inquiry here is? Give me a show of hands. Give me some number ones in chat, or give me some thumbs up on this video, or some hugs on this video. Actually, let's use the hug icon. People don't use the hug icon enough. So if you know what a credit inquiry is, go ahead on my video here on Facebook and do that hug icon. Let me see that y'all know what that is. Those of you who do not know what a credit inquiry is, a credit inquiry is when a creditor, someone who would potentially be opening a line of credit for you, a credit card, it could be a background check for a job, a background check for an apartment, could be an automotive loan, could be a mortgage, could be security clearance, could be a background check for many, many things. It could even be an insurance check, because these days they're using your credit score, your FICO score, as part of determining what your rates will be for insurance. So a credit inquiry is the act of somebody pulling up your credit report. There's a couple types of inquiries that they'll use. This is when a creditor, someone who would lend you money or open a credit account with you, do a background check, etc., they do what's called a hard inquiry, okay? And they may look at one bureau, two bureaus, or all three bureaus. They might do Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. They might do two. They might do all three. And that creates a trail on your credit report. It creates an inquiry, which if you've ever looked at your credit report, there will be an inquiries section that will contain all of the credit inquiries you've had over the past couple of years. It'll say who pulled them and when they pulled that, okay? So you can track who's been looking at your credit. So what is the inquiry? The inquiry is actually the act of someone obtaining your credit report from one, two, or all three credit bureaus. Now, there are credit inquiries, they do something to you. They do something to your lendability. They do something to your score. So on average, a hard inquiry, a hard credit inquiry is going to impact your score and cost you points off your FICO score. A credit inquiry will cost you between 5 and 15 points from your score per inquiry. Okay, so you can see where if you get a lot of credit inquiries, you apply for a lot of credit cards, or if you run around applying for all kinds of credit, you can see how those inquiries could quickly chip away at your FICO score. All right, and so that becomes a problem for a lot of people. I have more people than any other topic ask me, what do I do about inquiries? Jeremy, I'm in the free credit repair advice group. I've got 75 inquiries. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how they're impacting me. What is it? What do I do about inquiries? Okay. To really explain what to do about credit inquiries, you need to know a little bit more about them. First of all, we're going to start off with the fact that there are two different types of credit inquiry. Okay, there's two different types of credit inquiry. You may have heard these terms. There's such a thing as a hard inquiry, and there's such a thing as a soft inquiry. I'm going to explain to you what the hard inquiries and what the soft inquiries are and the impact that they've got. So, when you apply for credit, when you apply for more, when you apply for lending, the lender, the background check place, they're going to do a hard inquiry on your credit. What does this mean? This means they're going to do a lending style inquiry. This is the type that leaves a track record of an inquiry on your credit report. That's the one where the inquiry will cost you between 5 and 15 points per bureau. Okay, so Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, it'll cost you points off each of them that they pull it from. Okay, now there is such a thing as a soft inquiry. Okay, soft inquiries are if you use Credit Karma, if you use Smart Credit. Soft inquiries are marketing inquiries, the types of inquiries that are pulled to offer you sometimes a larger credit limit, or they're to offer you a pre-qualification to apply for a credit card. Those are called soft inquiries. So the consumer-facing inquiries from credit monitoring, your score sense or whatever you've got on your, from your credit card, maybe on your phone, Credit Karma, those sorts of things, those are soft inquiries, as are any marketing inquiries. So if you're getting these pre-approved or pre-qualified credit card offers in the mail, they did look at your credit, but in a larger pool for marketing purposes, okay? They didn't do an actual full hard inquiry on any of the credit bureaus, okay? So that's the soft inquiry. Hard inquiry is when you apply for credit or you apply for more and you authorize them to do a full search. Soft inquiry is where you're looking at it, or it's a marketing inquiry. Now, you will find many, many, many auto dealers, many, many mortgage lenders, many, many bankers who do not know the difference between a hard inquiry and a soft inquiry. Remember, mortgage lenders, bankers, the person from your credit union, realtors, automotive dealers, and the finance people, it's not their job to understand how credit works. And trust me, they actually don't know how credit works. It's their job to simply be able to read a credit report. So many times they will get confused between what's a soft inquiry and what's a hard inquiry. Many times a mortgage lender will want to look at your credit to see if it's worth talking to you. And they'll go, let me just do a soft inquiry. In their mind, what a soft inquiry is looking at one of your credit bureaus instead of pulling up all three, what's called a tri-merge credit report, okay? And they're telling you, oh, I'll just do that soft inquiry. Well, hold the phone. That inquiry will cost you between 5 and 15 points off of your FICO score per bureau it's pulled from. But we're just going to do a one bureau. Okay, that's not a soft inquiry. That's a hard inquiry. And their curiosity and their unwillingness to actually look into this without kind of knowing a little bit, their pre-qualification of you, is costing you 5 to 15 points. It's tanking your credit score, okay? Don't count on the fact that they know that a soft inquiry is a marketing or a consumer-facing one. A lot of times they'll use the term wrong, and they'll end up costing you points off your credit score. So beware, be cautious, and know what those different types of inquiries are, okay? So we talked about credit inquiries. We talked about it's a record of you applying for credit that's contained on your credit report, okay? So how long do inquiries stay on our credit? Credit inquiries, hard inquiries, stay on our credit report visibly for 2 years, 24 months. They only impact our FICO score, that's our lending score. They only impact that FICO score for 12 months. So 12 months of the time that these credit inquiries are on your credit, they're not impacting your score at all. How many of you didn't know that? Give me some number twos in chat. Drop some number twos in the comments section if you didn't know that they only affect your score for a year. It's kind of an interesting thing. Not a lot of people know. They think if it's on there, it's hurting my score, right? Well, it's not. Those credit inquiries only impact your FICO score for 12 months, even though they remain on there for 24 months. Okay, so we've established hard inquiries cost us points. We established that those inquiries cost us 5 to 15 points. We established that those inquiries stay on your credit for 2 years visibly, but only impact your credit score for 1 year, right? We've determined these things, okay? Now, I want to tell you all about how you can have unlimited inquiries within a 30-day period without having it torpedo your score. I'm going to tell each and every one of you about that right after this.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
All right, I promised you that I would tell you how you could have sets of unlimited inquiries during a 30-day period without them destroying your score, okay? So again, we have talked about they cost you 5 to 15 points. They stay on your credit for 2 years. They impact your score for 1 year. And I'm going to teach something new. So there is such a thing as, we're going to call it a shopping window, okay? There are 3 types of lending that have a shopping window. Student loans have a shopping window. Automotive loans have a shopping window. And mortgage loans have a shopping window. Now, these are the things that typically cause the most inquiries to somebody. Now, due to something called anti-duo duping, and no, there won't be a quiz. You don't have to remember that name. But due to something called anti-duo duping, you are given shopping windows for those three specific types of lending: for automotive loans, for student loans, and for mortgage loans. So due to anti-duo duping, you are allowed unlimited mortgage credit pulls, unlimited mortgage inquiries, or unlimited automotive inquiries, car loans. So if you went to the dealership and you gave them your info and they shotgunned it to 25 different places, and you're going, oh my God, I'm gonna die. You destroyed my credit. How could you do that? I didn't say to send the inquiries to 25 different places. I just wanted financing. Due to anti-duo duping, you're allowed unlimited automotive inquiries within a 30-day period. And due to anti-duo duping, you're allowed unlimited student loan inquiries during a 30-day shopping window. Okay? So what happens? You're allowed those unlimited inquiries for mortgage, for automotive, or for student loans during a 30-day window. Now, at the end of that window, at the end of that 30-day span of anti-duo duping, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, when the FICO algorithm is applied to them, even though there's so many inquiries, it'll count it as one hard inquiry for the mortgage on Equifax, one hard inquiry on Experian, one on TransUnion. It'll count it. Doesn't matter if it went to 25 different lenders for the car dealer. It'll count it as, in that 30-day period of anti-duo duping, that shopping window, it'll count it as one. When the FICO algorithm is applied, one on Equifax, it'll be one inquiry on TransUnion, one on Experian. Same thing with student loans, one, and one. So instead of, what did I say, 25? Let's say the lowest amount. Credit inquiries, hard inquiries cost you 5 to 15 points. Let's say they just cost 5. If we got 25 inquiries because we were shotgunned to all these different lending opportunities by our car dealer, okay, if we got those 25 inquiries, it would typically cost 125 points. That's what it would do to your score. But at the end of that 30-day window, it'd be 5 points off each of them. That's a very cool thing. Okay, so people come to me and they're panicked about it. They come to the Free Credit Repair Advice group on Facebook going, oh my God, I didn't authorize this. And the car dealer sent it out to 75 people and it trashed my credit. I watched my score on Credit Karma and it tanked and everything like that. And I tell people, don't worry. Don't worry, that only cost you 5 to 15 points off your FICO score because they were in that 30-day shopping window. Does that make sense to everyone? Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts on my video in Facebook. Give me some loves on that video if that makes sense to you. Give me some number ones in chat if that makes sense to you. Okay? So, backing up again, talking about the credit impact. Every inquiry, every hard inquiry stays on your credit for 2 years visibly, but it only impacts your FICO score for 12 months. Every credit inquiry costs 5 to 15 points off of your FICO score during that 12-month period. But due to anti-duo duping, you have a shopping window of 30 days unlimited inquiries for a mortgage, or 30 days unlimited inquiries for a car, or 30 days unlimited inquiries for a student loan. And at the end of those 30-day periods, it's counted as one Equifax, one Experian, one TransUnion inquiry as far as the FICO algorithm goes. So you might think you're going to die because you have these inquiries. Oh, it's horrible. Look at my credit. It's all inquiries. I applied for a credit card. They said too many inquiries, too many recent inquiries. And that's why I got declined. I can't get finance for anything because of inquiries. Okay? Due to these reasons, it's typically not inquiries that are stopping you from obtaining financing. It's not, because if it's a shopping window item, that's only one inquiry per each 5 to 15 points. But they said it was too many inquiries. I've written an article. Called It's Never Inquiries. I think I'm going to publish that in the Free Credit Repair Advice group. I'll put it into the files section. I think it's a very good article. I think it's important for people to understand this. But as we said, the inquiries cost 5 to 15 points each. They remain on your report for 24 months, but they're only included in the FICO algorithm for 12. You get shopping windows of 30 days for automotive, student loan, mortgage inquiries, where you can have unlimited, but they'll count as one per bureau. And when we sum that all up in the FICO algorithm, in the math formula, that makes your FICO score, your lending score, okay? Credit inquiries only make up a portion of 10%. And obviously, we've learned they do it for a short time, only 12 months, that they make up a portion of 10% of your score. 90+% of your score is made up of everything else. Now, if you got a 90% on a test, in a lot of schools, that's an A. I went to private school, and that was like a B or B minus. But the point is, if you get 90% on a test, that's an A. So you're not failing based on inquiries, right? Because you're not failing your FICO score based on 10%. So that's something that's important to keep in mind. It is. Let me check chat really quickly. All right, let's take a look. See what we have. All right, we got one Facebook user saying, hey, Jeremy. We've got someone who said, I knew that. And I'm going to remind you guys, if you want to take part in the conversation where I can pop your info right up on the screen and answer your questions here, you got to go to chat.restream.io/FB. Yeah, I know it's a pain in the butt. A little thing to type in, chat.restream.io/FB. But once you authorize that, whenever you jump into our lives in the free credit repair advice group, you've authorized Restream to know who you are, so I can address you by name instead of hey you. All right, we're gonna jump back into the chat. Knew that. Then why do people try to get them removed? I'll cover that right now. Why do people try to get them removed? One of the reasons people try to get them removed is because of misinformation, right? Oh, we got a new question came up. Hold on a second. But one of the reasons people try to get removed is because they've been taught misinformation. They perceived that it was a big impact because of the, here, let me get back on this one. They perceived it was a big impact because of the, oh, there we go. Because of the letter that they got that said too many inquiries. That's why people try to get them removed. Also, people who are wannabe credit pros will often try to say, that's the first thing you do. You got to work on those inquiries. It's never the inquiries that are doing it. Someone said, LOL, the commercial. That's awesome. Hey, Jesse. How you doing? Good to see you. Jesse went to Restream, that address I gave, and signed up. So now when Jesse asks a question or says, hey, I can tell who it is. And again, to join in that way, if you go to chat.restream.io/Facebook, all you got to do is authorize it, and you'll be able to take part in the videos live and chat live. All right, that's cool. We're going to hop back into the chat. Yep, I can see your questions, Cheryl. All right, but we're going to get to this Facebook user. The question is about an inquiry. Kohl's, my wife's card. Okay, so the wife had a Kohl's card because you got to get the Kohl's cash. I was an authorized user. They ran my credit, or so they said, when they authorized her a credit inquiry increase. That's very strange to have happen, okay? Typically, your credit will only be run if you are a co-maker or joint on a credit card. Authorized user accounts, authorized user, if you're an authorized user on someone's account, you make them an authorized user on your account. They get all the benefits, they can charge, they can do that without any of the responsibility. So someone who's your authorized user could charge that credit card up, but they are not responsible for the payments. They're not responsible for any of that. And you can essentially call the card and say, take me off as authorized user, and that sucker's going to disappear from your credit report because it's not your account. So they said they ran your credit. The only way to know for sure is to pull a credit report. You can do that by pulling your free annual credit report. There's no cost for that. You can pull a 3-bureau credit report by going to the credit monitoring that I professionally recommend. If you go to smartcreditvip.com, this is like $21.99 a month. It's the one I use, it's the one my wife uses. to monitor our own credit. And it's the one we suggest for Credilife clients also. Why? Because it's extremely intensive in the data, gives you everything you need to do investigation letters, dispute things and challenge things, do validation letters, got $1 million ID theft coverage on it, which is amazing. And yeah, it's just a real high quality. It's a real high quality monitoring service. So either go to your free annual credit report, or go to smartcreditvip.com, and you'll be able to look and see all of the inquiries that you have on there. Can I see your questions? This is Cheryl. Cheryl, yes, I can. But I'm going to be able to see them even better and know it's you if you go to chat.restream.io/FB for Facebook, and you say okie doke. Restream.io, the Studio Pro I'm using, can have my info and show my picture and show my name. Then I'll always know it's you. All right, so our Facebook user here said, get back to the chat. Our Facebook user said, we pulled the credit report, a real one. When I called to inquire, they informed me it's part of their terms of agreement, and that could very well be. They may want to make sure that someone's not going to be all sketchy with a bad credit history, charge the thing up and leave someone else on the hook when they possibly couldn't pay for it or something like that. So that is truthfully probably is definitely maybe part of their terms of agreement. But yeah, that's actually getting to be more and more common. All right, everybody, we'll get back to chat in just a little bit. So we talked about what inquiries are. We talked about what they do. They give access to the credit report. We talked about the different types of inquiries, a hard inquiry, which is only made when you're applying for credit, and a soft inquiry, which is only a consumer-facing or a marketing inquiry. Remember, if the car dealer says, let's do a soft inquiry, the mortgage lender says, let's do a soft inquiry. They're not doing one. They're pulling from one credit bureau. They think they're doing a soft inquiry. It's because they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so we covered that. And then let's see what else. We talked about the shopping window, anti-duo duping, a name you don't need. It's a shopping window. That means you have 30 days of unlimited inquiries on automotive, or 30 days of unlimited inquiries on student loan, or 30 days of unlimited inquiries on mortgage. And at the end of that 30-day period, it'll just count as one, and one on Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion when it comes to your FICO score. And remember, in FICO, those inquiries only impact your credit for 12 months. All right. So we talked about the credit impact, that 5 to 15 points. We talked about this even with it not necessarily impacting that long. Even with, as I always say, it's never inquiries, with it being never inquiries. Even with that, sometimes people want that extra little boost to get over the top. Sometimes people want that extra little something, those couple few points. Yeah, Jeremy, it's only 5 points, but if I'm 5 points away from qualifying for a mortgage, those are an important 5 points, right? I say yes. While I always say it's never inquiries, it doesn't mean that even professionally, I don't advise it sometimes, depending on your goal and depending on your individual credit situation. So if you want to work on getting rid of those inquiries, how to deal with these things, the way to do it is through the investigation process. It's through the investigation process. You send an investigation letter to Equifax listing all the inquiries that are on there. You send an investigation letter to TransUnion, same thing, to Experian, same thing. You don't call them on the phone. You don't do it electronically, because you give up a number of your consumer rights when you do it that way. You don't have to send it certified. You don't have to get fancy. You simply put that letter in an envelope, address it to the credit bureau, put a stamp on it. Return address is always nice, and you pop that in the mailbox. How do I know they got it? They got it. How do I know they'll honor it? They'll honor it. The credit bureaus are huge, but they got too much to lose if they don't. So what do I say in this letter? Well, coincidentally, I just, like a ninja, happen to have put some templates in the free credit repair advice group. So Hang on one second. I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to show you all where to find them. All right. So now I'm little, and that's the free credit repair advice group up here. This is what it looks like on a computer. It's going to look a little different on a cell phone. On a cell phone, you're going to have to go to the top, and you're going to have to scroll over until you get to the section. But the section is called the Files section. So we're going to go on More. See here? Files section, Files. And by the way, this will be available on rebroadcast, so you don't have to miss out on what to do. So we're going to go to the Files section. And in the Files, you've got things like Pro Tip, step-by-step instructions on a fully DIY credit repair. And you've got a Bureau Investigation Dispute Letter. You've got a 609 Creditor Validation Letter. And look at this. It says Bonus Inquiry Removal Template. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And that's going to start a download of, onto my computer, of a, there we go. There it is, an inquiry letter template. And this is very basic, but this is the same stuff we use professionally, okay? And what you do, you just copy this and you paste it into a new document. And everything that's purple, you're going to type your own personal information into there. Everything that's black, you're going to leave it as is. So you're going to put in, you're going to get rid of this, obviously, because you don't need the title on there. That'd be weird. But you're going to put in today's date, your name, address, the bureau name, Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion, the bureau address, their address. And then you're going to put in Dear Equifax or Experian or TransUnion. You know, I had noticed there is or are credit inquiry or credit inquiries made by blah, blah, blah. And you put the names of the creditors. And you go through, and then at the bottom, you sign your name. And then you type your full name, your social security number, and your date of birth. Now, instructions, you fill in your information in the areas marked in purple. To the letter that you send in, you're going to send a copy of your driver's license. That is going to let them know you're you and be able to compare the signature to a state-issued license. You're going to send a copy of your social security card. If you don't have it, you're going to use the front page of last year's bank statement, because that's a federal document guaranteeing that this is your social security number. So someone didn't get a hold of your information and just go to town on it. Then you're going to put a copy of a utility bill or a bank statement that shows your current address. This could be a cell phone bill, it could be a utility bill, it could be a credit card bill, could be a bank statement, could even be a voided check, because they need to know at Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion that your current address, this is your current address, and it's safe to send results. And then I say put in a copy of a credit report with the question items highlighted, because you can't argue with that. It's all right there. You type each round in black on white paper, keep it simple. You send each round of letters to each bureau via standard mail, certified as unnecessary. And oh, be sure to remove the copyright footer from the thing that says template from it. So again, when you go into the free credit repair advice group on Facebook, right? If you are on if you're on a phone, you're gonna have to, or an iPad, whatever, you'll have to scroll over. If you are on the computer, you're gonna click on More. Where you're going, guys and gals, is the Files section. You open the Files section, and there are some incredible resources in here, all free, all professional for you to use. Okay, so we're gonna back out of file sharing. We're gonna get back to it. So we have talked about what inquiries are, what they do. We've talked about the different types of inquiries. We've talked about shopping windows, credit impacts, strategies to deal with them. And what I want to do is I want you now to ask your questions. Throw it in chat. Ask any credit questions you've got. Doesn't have to be inquiry related, and I will answer them all for you, literally right after this.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
And we're back. All right. So if you've got any credit question, it doesn't necessarily have to be about inquiries. It could be how to maximize your credit card, how to do an investigation letter. What should I do about this? Hey, I've got this individual situation. Maybe I've got a collection. Maybe I've got something else going on. What I want you to do is go ahead, drop that in chat. And what I will do is I will go through, I will answer that for you right now. I'm just popping through the places that we're broadcasting this right now just to see if we have any questions on any of the darn near dozen or so places that this thing is being seen right now. But it looks like we've got things pretty well covered. All right, good. I'm going to pop back into the free credit repair advice group, and I'll tell you, if you would like to have a professional take a look at your credit and talk to you, do a consultation at no cost and talk to you about what needs to be done, what services might be necessary, what steps may need to be taken to get your score and your profile in position to qualify for all the goals you've got, you can get in touch with a Credilife certified coach by going to www.credilifevip.com. www.credilifevip.com. You're going to be able to pick a day, an evening, even a Saturday. You jump right in there. You can schedule right away. And during your consultation, we're going to talk about what's going on with you. We're going to talk about your credit. We're going to talk about your goals, your why. And then we're going to put together a plan, steps, and action items for you to get your credit score and your credit profile in position to hit all your goals. We want to know why this is important to you. Why is financial wellness important to you? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Where would you like to see yourself in 12 months with your credit and your finances as a whole? And then we'll talk about what may need to be done in your particular credit situation and what steps need to be taken. Then we'll talk about what services might be available. If it seems like you're a match, we can get you enrolled in those necessary services. Otherwise, we can send you on your way with some advice. But you're never going to find out without taking the first step. No one's ever finished a journey without step one. I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but unless you take massive action, you're never going to get anything you want in life. So go to www.credilifevip.com. Wow, guys, went through a lot tonight with all this. I want to thank everybody who is watching live and everyone who has joined on replay. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching on Credit TV on YouTube. That's Credilife's channel on YouTube. It's CREDI TV, and we host all our video content and past videos. There's all kinds of great stuff there. So if you have not yet subscribed, smash the like button on YouTube. Credit TV, CREDI TV on YouTube. And if you're watching anywhere else but the free credit repair advice group, I cannot implore you enough on Facebook. Join the free credit repair advice group. Looks a lot like this. This is the group on Facebook with 75,000 members. It's admin and moderated by licensed, certified, bonded, FICO certified credit professionals. We answer your credit questions. Anything you ask, we answer for you right there in the group. So if you're not yet a member of the free credit repair advice group, looks like this on the top. I don't know what you're waiting for, but hop on Facebook and join. And if you've got anyone you know that could take advantage of it, friends, family, anyone who could use good credit advice, the type of advice we don't get in high school or college, make sure that you invite them into the free credit repair advice group. All right, I am going to answer this question here. We have got a chat question. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. All right, Jeremy, my question is, I had an account with Fingerhut Web Bank. The account was closed and sold. I paid the collection company before it was added to my report, but I can't get it off out of there. I hired a really good lady to get it removed. She had everything removed except, it's a little long to show, so I'm going to, had everything removed Except Fingerhut Web Bank. Is there any way I can get this removed, or does it have to sit and come off on its own? Well, after a period of 7 years and 180 days since the date of first delinquency, it will fall off on its own, or should. But you can send investigation letters to the bureaus and validation letters to the collection company to seek deletion. We get them removed all the time at Credilife. This is something that we see happen constantly. The good things you have going for you is they don't have skin in the game. They have no money to make by verifying and validating, so you're causing them to do work all to make $0, and that that's not what most businesses want to do. My recommendation is you're going to send investigation letters, old school snail mail, paper letters. If she did this online, sadly, I hate to say it this way, but she isn't a really good lady at credit. If she's not licensed, bonded, and FICO certified, she's not a really good lady at credit. I don't want that to come off bad. I'm just blunt and direct. That's just who I am, and you'll get to figure that out in the group really quick. There are 27 different aspects of every account that can be verified, validated, investigated. They correspond with 27 different dispute codes or condition codes at the credit bureaus. And you can ask about 2 of them every round of investigation without being slammed, and never ask the same question twice. You're going to send investigation letters. You can use the templates right from the Free Credit Repair Advice Group files section. You're going to send that directly to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You will also then send a 609 or validation letter directly to the creditor and directly to the collection agency, the third-party collection agency. And that's demanding validation, which is different than verification. Verification is saying kind of, hey, verify it, check it out, prove it or remove it, right? Validation is show me stuff. Give me documentation to show this is accurate and factual and current, correct, and verifiable and valid today. If not, I demand removal. So she may have hit it. She may have hit it a number of times. I'll tell you what, try it yourself. And if you're like, man, I just need the heavy hitters, go to www.credilifevip.com and book a consultation. Talk to one of the coaches. We'll be happy to talk to you about that. We'll be happy if it seems like a sensible thing to get you enrolled and rock that out. That being said, as with anything, it gets weaker and weaker with age. That's how accounts work in the FICO algorithm as well. The older it gets, the less it's going to impact your profile. But if you're looking for perfection, obviously you want that gone. All right. Join me every Monday night when I do the Daily Credit Report Facebook Live right here in the Free Credit Repair Advice Group. I want to thank you all for watching this, if you're watching the video after the fact. And for those of you who took part, I love it. I'm so happy you all made it tonight. You all, please. Definitely worth doing, Jesse. I'm thrilled you all joined. You had questions. I hope you found this valuable. Remember, I'm going to put that. It's never. In fact, I'm going to do that right after this video. I'm going to put that article called "It's Never Inquiries." I'm going to load that into the group, into the file section, so you've got that right by the inquiries letter. So while it's never inquiries, if you're looking for perfection, if you need that extra couple points, you might want to take advantage of that. Otherwise, read the article and you may go, you know what? Based on these conditions, it's not worth it. I don't need to do anything. All right, Jeremy, every Monday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific in the Free Credit Repair Advice Group and on Credit TV on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, like, smash, give love, things, and hugs, and all the social media you-rah-rah. And if you'd like to have a consultation, go to www.credilifevip.com. Other than that, my name is Jeremy Dysock, FICO Certified Credit Coach and the founder of the Free Credit Repair Advice Group. I thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.